Well, folks, we finally have another solid policy plan that has come out from Donald Trump's campaign, even though they're not done with the campaign, or they're not done with the plan, and they're not done with the campaign. But according to reports, the campaign is kicking around the idea of, and you're not going to believe this because this is so novel, something we've never heard from Republicans, but Trump's campaign is kicking around the idea of cutting taxes for corporations here in the United States as soon as he becomes president. That's right. Donald Trump's big, grand economic plan is let's cut the corporate tax rate down to about 15% tops. We know who that would benefit, right? It would benefit the man who has his big, fat, stupid name plastered across buildings all over the United States, Donald Trump himself. So his big, grand economic plan is that when he becomes president again, he's going to cut his own taxes. Even though polls have now shown that even Republican voters hate the idea of these corporate tax cuts or the tax cuts for the 1%, majority of Republicans no longer buy into the trickle-down economic lie. After those 2017 tax cuts, the tide shifted. Prior to that, you had a majority of Republicans who supported these tax cuts. Now you don't. The jig is up. Hell, you got a good 40 almost years out of it, Republicans. But it's time to move on and come up with another idea. But as I've been saying for years and years here at Ring of Fire, Republicans have literally one plan, one answer to every problem on the planet, and that is, what if we cut taxes for rich people? And that is exactly what Trump's team is planning on doing. And they're just trying to work out the details now. I also learned this. You know who one of Donald Trump's economic advisors is right now for his campaign? Art Laffer. Now, for the younger people watching this video, you're going to hear that name and say, I don't know who that is. And that's fine. Totally fine. Go look up Art Laffer. For those of you old enough to remember, we know all about the Laffer curve. Art Laffer, of course, is one of the people from the Ronald Reagan years who helped orchestrate, deliver, and sell to the public the initial round of trickle-down economics. So Trump is still using this guy who's still going off his 40-year plan that has never worked in practice, will never work in practice. And of course, David Stockman, one of the other architects of trickle-down, he came out years and years ago and said, yeah, it doesn't ever work. It's a stupid idea. We shouldn't have done it. But Laffer is still out there telling Trump, cut corporate taxes. I swear to God, it'll work this time. And it won't. And it's pathetic. And as I talked about a week or so ago, Donald Trump's other plan that he has come out with, because the tax cuts are now the second one, his first plan is to implement an across-the-board 10% tariff on every single good coming into the United States. So he would escalate the trade war to a trade war against every single country on the planet. And that, of course, would cost our economy and us as taxpayers billions of dollars every year. So we're screwed, but if you're wealthy, if you're a well-to-do businessman who, like Donald Trump, yeah, you're going to get a tax cut. The rest of us will see prices increase by no less than 10% on virtually every single good that we purchase. So if there's any people on the fence about, well, maybe a second Trump term wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, you think inflation's bad now? Wait till Donald Trump gets in office and puts his only two economic plans into action. We're all going to be living on the streets by the time his second term would be over. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.